Special thanks to Patreon supporter ZPro Warfare for making this tutorial possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the F-14D Tomcat. The F-14D Tomcat is an American supersonic twin-engine two-seat twin-tail variable sweep-wing fighter aircraft. The Tomcat was developed for the United States Navy's Naval Fighter Experimental, or VFX, program after the collapse of the F-111B project. The F-14 was the first of American Teen Series fighters, which were designed incorporating air combat experience against MiG fighters during the Vietnam War. The F-14 first flew on December 21st, 1970, and made its first deployment in 1974 with the U.S. Navy aboard USS Enterprise CVN-65, replacing the McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom II. The F-14 served as the U.S. Navy's primary maritime air superiority fighter, fleet defense interceptor, and tactical aerial reconnaissance platform into the 2000s. The low-altitude navigation of the targeting infrared for night or lantern pod system was added in the 1990s, and the Tomcat began performing precision ground attack missions. In the 1980s, the F-14s were used as land-based interceptors by the Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force during the Iran/Iraq War, where they saw combat against the Iraqi warplanes. Iranian F-14s reportedly shot down at least 160 Iraqi aircraft during the war, while only 12 to 16 Tomcats were lost. At least half of these losses were due to accidents. The Tomcat was retired by the U.S. Navy on September 22, 2006, having been supplemented by the Boeing F/A-18E/F Super Hornet. The F-14 remains in service with Iran's Air Force, having been exported to Iran under the Pahlavi regime in 1976. In November 2015, reports emerged of Iranian F-14s flying escort for Russian Tupolev Tu-95s, Tu-160s, and Tu-22M bombers for airstrikes in Syria. So yeah, the F-14 Tomcat here, a iconic aircraft of the late kind of Cold War period and into basically our earlier kind of modern conflicts. The version we have here in front of us is the F-14D. Now the F-14D here was basically a pinnacle design here for the Tomcat, also known as the Super Tomcat. This year basically incorporated some, obviously in more advanced, capabilities, both mechanical and electronical, and did actually add a ability to do night bombing raids and stuff like that. So this is the pinnacle design here, and this design first kind of was introduced in the early 1990s, so we're going to be classifying this build as a Modern Warfare build. The color scheme we do have on it, if you are wondering, is the Tomcatters, which was a squadron based off of Theodore Roosevelt. So again, just throwing out there as well, that's the kind of color scheme we have going on, and you can obviously change the color scheme and do whatever squadron you want. Before we go ahead and jump into taking a look at the vehicle, I want to go and give special thanks to Patreon supporter ZPro Warfare for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel where you guys already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page, link is in my video descriptions, where you can go and pledge a small amount to the channel every month and earn a viewer request of your choosing, depending on which tier you sub to. It helps support my channel and continues to kind of, support me and all that stuff with, YouTube and stuff, ad revenue being very hit or miss, to say the very least. But anyways, feel free to check it out again. Link is always in my video descriptions. Anyways, let's go and take a look at this F-14. This is a redesign and a complete revamp compared to the other design. And this design here looks so good in my opinion. I absolutely love it. I think you guys are going to love it as well. Obviously, we have both the swept wing and the extended wing, so we will be covering both of those here. But we have the iconic Tomcatters color scheme here. So this basically has like this little red band that goes across the wings. A little Tomcat here holding a bomb, which, is the best I can do right here. I think it actually looks pretty decent for what I was trying to go for. We then have the black tipped nose and kind of black that flows around the cockpit section. All the different markings here on the side of the aircraft. All that stuff. Ejection warnings and rescue pointers and the stars and bars basically on the side there. Pretty straightforward stuff. As you can see, we also have the landing gear capable on this aircraft as well, so you do have the ability to have it landed. We have a armament here with some air-to-air missiles, some air-to-ground smart bombs located here on the bottom here, and I believe these are air-to-ground as well, if I can remember correctly. But yeah, really cool stuff, and again, this is the extended wing version, so this is for kind of lower speeds for the Tomcat, and kind of doing, striking missions and stuff like that to kind of give it a little bit more, movement in the air, a little bit more maneuverability. Up here we do have the swept wing version as well, so this will be included as another version in the tutorial as well. So you can have the swept wings extended backwards to kind of be in the supersonic type configuration, or the max speed and all that. So overall, really cool looking build and some really cool looking design. I absolutely love this build, and I was really excited to get it out for you guys, especially with the old F-14 being extremely old as it is. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, going ahead and getting started with our first layer here. We're going ahead and starting off with layer number 2. Now we're starting with layer 2 because it gives us a better kind of basis to start off with and add layer 1 and layer 3 onto. Kind of a good mid-ground layer, so we're starting with this one. If you do plan on building this tutorial, just know that this is done half on camera, half off. So what this means is, since the aircraft is for the most part fully symmetrical, whatever we do on one side, the aircraft will be done on the other side. So just make sure you kind of pay close attention here. Once we kind of get for the first few layers, it'll make a little bit more sense on how we're kind of structuring this tutorial, but it's pretty simple and just basically kind of cuts down the tutorial time for myself. But that's pretty much out of the way. A few things to mention also for the tutorial is, if you do plan on building the landed version, we will be adding the landing gear at the end as a modification to the aircraft. So we will basically be building it as if it's in flight, and then adding the landing gear on, obviously, as a modification to the aircraft. So again, that's an option for you guys. Now, one thing I want to also mention here is that the tutorial here is not going to cover the wings. We're going to basically build the fuselage here of the aircraft, and then the wings will kind of be an add-on, so you'll be able to pick and choose what version of the Tomcat you want to have. You want to have the extended wings, or if you want to have the wings swept back. So again, that'll be kind of a fun feature for you guys to kind of pick between. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by starting with layer 2. So for layer 2 here, what we're going to do is we're going to go and make sure that we build this a certain height off the ground. Now, if you are building this in the air, this really doesn't matter, but if you do want to build the landed version, just know that this layer here is about 3 blocks off the ground. So you can see here we have 3 yellow concrete blocks built up from the ground. Doesn't matter if these blocks we're going to delete later, but we're going to go ahead and place down 3 iron trapdoors back from those. And these are on the top portion of the block, so like this, not on this bottom portion, like so. So very important, make sure you have your 3 iron trapdoors across here, and again you can see we have 1, 2, 3 blocks up, and then these iron trapdoors are coming off the 3rd block up if you are building the landed version. Once we have that done, we're going to then go back from those iron trapdoors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 spaces back, and we're going to then place down an iron trapdoor to both sides. Going ahead and going back from this iron trapdoor, we want to go ahead and place down a skip a spot or skip 2 spaces back, and we're going to then place down a smooth quartz top slab. Once we have that smooth quartz top slab placed, we're going to place down a skeleton skull, come off the slab toward the front there, and we want to go ahead and then place down a birchwood sign on the quartz slab here facing toward the outside. We're going to go ahead and then go back from the smooth quartz slab with 1, 2, 3 more slabs, and on the second slab here, we're going to place down a birchwood sign as well. We're going to go ahead and then place down a smooth quartz upside down stair and a smooth quartz block coming off the stair like that toward the back here. Coming off the full block here toward the inside, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a birchwood fence gate, and we're going to place down a birchwood fence gate here in the middle, and then a skeleton skull come off the fence gate like that toward the front. Again, this right here is your center line of the aircraft, so everything basically from the center line over, we're going to be doing on both sides there. Then on the back here, we're going to place down a item frame coming off this quartz full block. We're going to go and place down a black concrete block in the item frame, and we want to go and then place down a birchwood sign over it like so. And right there is going to basically do it there for our first set of kind of smart bombs, if I remember correctly. We're going to go and then skip a space coming off this side. We're going to place down another smooth quartz top slab. We're going to then place down a skeleton skull coming off that slab toward the front there. And then going back from the slab, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3 more slabs, followed by a smooth quartz upside down stair, smooth quartz full block, and on the back here of the smooth quartz full block, just like we did for the ones in the front, we're going to place down a birchwood sign, black or item frame, and a black concrete block in the item frame. Between the 2 smooth quartz blocks, we're going to place down a birchwood fence gate, and then a skeleton skull come off the fence gate toward the front there. Once we have that all done, we're going to start working our way out to the sides. So to kind of get into the bottoms here of the intakes / engines, we're going to start off by placing down an iron trapdoor, which comes off this 3rd smooth quartz top slab. We then want to go ahead and go back from that with a stone top slab. We're going to place down a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th top slab back, so you have a row of 4. We're going to go and switch to stone upside down stairs, and we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 stone upside down stairs back, and then a upside down narrow brick stair and an upside down narrow brick corner stair coming off that stair like so. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and move to our sides here. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor, come off this trapdoor. We're going to go ahead and place down a brick slab. And we're going to go ahead and take our stone top slabs and go back 1, 2, and 3 stone top slabs back. Now once we have that done, we're going to switch to our stone full blocks. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stone full blocks. We're going to go and take our black concrete, place down 2 black concrete blocks back, followed by a polished andesite full block and a polished andesite top slab coming off that full block. On both sides of the full block here, we're going to place down a skeleton skull. And then we're going to go ahead and go to this black concrete block, place down a narrow brick upside down stair like so. A narrow stair that comes off it, so you have a corner stair and then an upside down stair like that. Followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 stone upside down stairs. And we're going to then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 andesite walls like that along the side there. After we have that all complete, we're going to go ahead and basically build out to basically construct this missile here on the side. So for this, what we want to do is we're going to go off this brick top slab with 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow concrete blocks. We're going to place down a smooth quartz top slab coming off the concrete block going back. We can go and delete these blocks, again, as these blocks are placeholders and aren't going to be on the final build. Once we have that done, we're going to place down a skeleton skull coming off the slab, birchwood sign to both sides of the slab, and then going back from the slab itself, we're going to go and place down a smooth quartz upside down stair like so, followed by 1 and 2 quartz top slabs, and then another upside down smooth quartz stair, this time facing this direction like so. Now on these 2 smooth quartz top slabs, we're going to go and place down birchwood signs on both sides. We're going to go and then place down a birchwood fence gate coming off the sides here of the stair, also on the back here as well. And we're going to have those fence gates opened up toward the stairs. On the very back here, we're going to place down a birchwood sign, an item frame, and we want to go and then grab our black concrete, and we're going to place down a black concrete block in the item frame, just like that for the missile. And once we have that done, we can go and delete any more marker blocks or anything like that we did build previously. But we should have something that looks just like this here for layer 2 all complete. Obviously, you're going to take what we did on the right side here, flip it over to the left side, and this is what your model should look like so far. Again, that's it for layer 2, and with that, we'll go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 1. Alright guys, so moving into layer 1. Layer 1 is a super simple layer. All we're going to do for this is we're going to be going ahead and going to the bottom of the engines back here. We're going to place down stone buttons on the bottom of the polished andesite block and also this first black concrete block, and same thing over here on this side as well. We're going to then go to this first stone block before the black concrete starts, and we're going to place down an iron trapdoor. After that, we're going to place down a brick slab, followed by a brick upside down stair, and we're going to then place down 1 and 2 red concrete blocks back and another brick stair like that. We want to go ahead and also go to the bottom here, and we're going to place down a acacia wood trapdoor on the bottom of this red concrete block like that. And we're going to go ahead and go over here and do the same exact thing. So iron trapdoor, a brick slab, brick upside down stair, 1, 2 red concrete blocks, brick upside down stair, and then our acacia wood trapdoor on the bottom there of that red concrete block. And that right there is going to basically be the little fins or little stabilizers that come down from the bottom of the engines there. And those will be done on both sides, and that's all you have for that layer. So probably our simplest layer for the build. But anyways, that's it for layer 1. Let's move up to layer number 3. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go ahead and go to the front of our aircraft. On top of the iron trap door here that's up in there in the front, we're going to place down a stone block, followed by a narrow brick top slab that comes off of it, and then a dark oak wood trap door like that. Going back from the stone block, we're going to place down a second stone block back, followed by a stone upside down stair, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stone top slabs back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Iron trapdoors back from that stone top slab. We're going to then place down a stone upside down stair. 2 shulker boxes, and you want to make sure the shulker boxes are placed like this so that the tops of the shulker boxes are facing downwards, and on the bottoms of these we're going to place down stone buttons. And then on the top, or basically the bottoms, I would say, of the shulker boxes are facing upwards like so. We're going to go ahead and place down a stone brick block, followed by 1, 2, 3 dark oak wood fence gates back, a stone top slab, and then we're going to place down a item frame with a red bed in the item frame rotated to the side, and a dark oak wood sign over like that for the rear there. Once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and then go up here to the front and start working our way out to the side. So that right there is going to be the center line there of our build. We're going to go to the second stone block here. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iron trapdoors like that along the side. We then want to place down a polished andesite top slab, and then we're going to place down 2 polished andesite full blocks. Now, if you do have access to the debug stick, so for me, for example, on my version, I can do my give command and give myself a, if I can actually spell it right, a debug stick. And the debug stick here allows us to kind of mess with trapdoors and all that stuff, so we can place down 2 like this, select the mode here to powered, and we can or select the selected open, we're going to change it to setting, and we can go and close these here. And we'll be doing that on both sides. Now, if you do not have access to a debug stick or anything like that can close those iron trapdoors, a very simple solution is to just simply use birchwood trapdoors. Would work in its place. But again, if we can place the iron trapdoors, those are going to be the best to use in that situation. Anyways, continuing on, we're going to place down a polished andesite upside down stair, followed by 1, 2, and 3 polished andesite top slabs back. We're going to then place down 1, 2, 3 stone brick walls, 1, 2 polished andesite top slabs, a iron trapdoor, and then 1, 2 polished andesite top slabs, 1, 2, 3 stone brick top slabs, a polished andesite top slab, and then we're going to go and place down 1, 2, and 3 iron trapdoors back. From that, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 stone top slabs, like that, going toward the rear there. And that's going to do it from your line there, coming off the center. Once we have that done, we're going to go to our polished andesite top slab right here. So our last one, and we're going to place down a stone brick stair coming off of it. We're going to go ahead and go back from the stone brick stair with a stone slab. We're going to then place down a black concrete block. And we're going to then take our stone blocks and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stone blocks back. So right till we get to this point right here. And let me just double check my count here, and it is 14. We're going to then place down 2 black concrete blocks here, followed by a polished andesite block, and then coming off the polished andesite block, we're going to place down a stone brick wall, and then a stone button here to the side of the block like that. Now, once we have that done, we're going to then go to the stair here, the stone brick stair. We're going to go ahead and go off this stair with another stone brick stair like that, followed by a stone slab, or a stone stair after it, and then another black concrete block. We're going to go then take our stone blocks. We're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 blocks back. At this point right here, you can kind of choose what you want to do here. So we can go ahead and place down a black concrete block and a stone button to kind of close off the engine. So if this isn't in flight, this is the perfect version, just to have it kind of parked and sitting here. If you do want to have the engines fired up, a good way to do this is to grab ourselves some glowstone and some orange stained glass, and we're going to go ahead and very simply place an orange stained glass block here and a glowstone block there. So you can kind of pick and choose between the two if you want the engine started or if you want the engines, turned off. And for our model here, we're just going to go ahead and have the engines turned off like so. So just like that. Anyways, once we get to this point, we're going to go ahead and then place down, actually, that's all we have for our center row, so we're going to go back up here. We're going to go ahead and go to the sides here of the black concrete blocks. We're going to place down a andesite wall. After that, we're going to go ahead and grab some brick walls, and we're going to place down 1 and 2 brick walls back and another andesite wall. We then want to grab our stone blocks, and we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stone blocks back, 2 black concrete blocks back, a polished andesite block, and a stone brick wall like that. On the side here of this polished andesite block, we're going to place down a stone button, just like so, and we're also going to place down a stone button here next to this black concrete block as well. After we have that all done, that's pretty much it for our fuselage here, and we're going to go and move to the outside here. So for the outside here, we're going to go to these missiles. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4 iron trapdoors, and we're going to go ahead and basically open them up like so if you do have the capabilities of using a debug stick to do so. If not, then birchwood trapdoors again would be a good alternative. We then have our little air-to-air missile that we're going to be going ahead and putting on the side here. So for this, very simply, we're going to go and go off of this top slab here, and we're going to place down a upside down air brick stair. Coming off of it, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3 end rods going forward, and then a skeleton skull coming off the last end rod like so. On this first end rod here, before the skeleton skull, we're going to place down a dark oak fence gate, and we're also going to place down a fence gate coming off the side here of this snare brick stair, and both these fence gates are going to be opened up toward the blocks like so. On the back here, we want to go ahead and grab ourselves an item frame, a dark oak wood sign, and also a black concrete block. We're going to place down an item frame, black concrete block, in the item frame and a dark oak sign over it, like so, on the stair. And right there is going to basically do it there for our pylons there on the edges there, putting those missiles on. Now with that all done, one thing we also have here is the ability to basically put, using some letter banners to put Navy on the side of the aircraft. So this right here, again, is kind of a feature that is optional. I will not be showing you guys in the tutorial how to do it, but I do recommend maybe looking up a tutorial or something of how to make letter banners. It's pretty simple to do, so just, you know, keep an eye out for those, look those up on YouTube or whatever, maybe come back to this near the end. But basically, very simply, all we're going to be doing is we're going to be going ahead and going on the left side here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your 5th stone block back, and you're going to place down the end banner, coming off of it, followed by the A, V, and Y, obviously to spell Navy. Now, once we have that done, we're going to go over here to this side. We're going to start on the back here, go 1, 2, 3, or 4th block forward. We're going to put the end, the A, the V, and the Y. So you have Navy there written on the side, and you can see they're both in the position here on both sides, and they read left to right. So very important, you do want both sides to read left to right. So that'll be done on both sides there, and again, that is a optional feature for you to include if you do want to. And I do recommend it. It just adds a little bit more you know, detail and stuff like that to the build. One thing I did realize that I did miss from the previous layer that I want to go ahead and add on is that right here on these 2 stone blocks, there's going to be 2 skeleton skulls coming off those blocks. And that'll be done there on both sides, so just make sure you go ahead and throw those on as well to go ahead and wrap those up. Anyways, that right there is going to do it for layer number 3 for the build, and with that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. Now, for layer 4 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go to the front of our aircraft here. We're going to go to the top of this dark oak with trapdoor. We're going to place down a black concrete block, followed by another black concrete block coming off that block going forward, another brick slab, and then a end rod like that on the very tip there. We're going to go ahead and go back to this black concrete block here, place down one more back, so in total you have a row of 3 of black concrete blocks going across here like so. We're going to go then place down 2 stone blocks, and then at this point right here, you can kind of pick and choose. So if you do want to have interior space for the cockpit or do some kind of interior, then, you know, you can, you know, leave the space open and build an interior for yourself. But if you're like me and not wanting to build an interior, we're going to close this space off. Very simply, we're just going to build a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 blocks of black concrete, basically just closing off the interior. Again, if you do want to build an interior, then you can leave a 9 blocks kind of gap left open here for you to come back to and add an interior if you do choose to. Anyways, after that, those 9 blocks there, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stone blocks back, followed by a stone stair, stone slab, a daylight detector turned into night mode, a iron trapdoor, a daylight detector turned to night mode again, a stone slab, stone brick slab, and then a daylight detector again turned to night mode on top of the stone brick top slab on the end there. After that's done, we're going to go back up to the front, and we're going to work our way out to the sides. So to go ahead and get started with, going to the sides here, we're going to place down a skeleton, or a wither skeleton skull, come off this black concrete block, and then 1 and 2 narrow brick walls back. When you get to this section here, we do have a difference in both sides, so do pay close attention to this part. So starting on the right side here, we're going to place down 1 and 2 stone blocks back, followed by a polished andesite block. However, over here on the opposite side, I guess so go ahead and continue on, sorry about that. We're going to place down a row of 3 of stone blocks, and then a polished andesite block. So my bad on that one, so you have your 3 stone blocks and your polished andesite block. However, over here on the left side, we do have a bit of a difference. Now, we're going to go ahead and go after this narrow brick wall, and I do recommend kind of building this section here at least, so that you don't forget it later. So you have your wither skeleton skull here on the side of this black concrete block, 2 narrow brick walls back, and then a stone brick stair. Now, come off the face of the stone brick stair, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign, followed by a stone stair, a black concrete block, and then a polished andesite block like that, and that's going to be here on this line here. We want to go ahead and go off the face of the stone stair and the black concrete block. We're going to place down 2 iron trapdoors, and again, using our debug stick, we're going to basically close them up like so. Now, if you do not have access to iron trapdoors, again, birchwood trapdoors can be used here in its place. And that right there is going to be basically the gun slot here for the 20mm, gun that the aircraft was equipped with, if I do remember correctly. But that right there is going to basically do it for that. And that right there, from that point, we're going to continue on. So after that, we're going to place down another stone block back, followed by a skeleton skull, come off this stone block, and then going forward and place down an end rod. Now again, I just want to go ahead and make sure that we're on the same page. Everything from here on out is going to be done on the same on both sides. So that right there is the only difference here for this layer compared to both sides of the aircraft. Anyways, going ahead and continue on, we're going to take our light gray shulker boxes. We're going to place down 2 light gray shulker boxes on their sides like so. 1 and 2 stone blocks back, and then another light gray shulker box on its side like that. Coming off of the shulker boxes here, we're going to go and basically do the Stars and Stripes logo, which is basically a very iconic symbol that's used on pretty much all American aircraft and all that. So for this, real simple, we're going to place down a item frame, which is going to be on the stone block here, and then we're going to place down a firework star. We're going to go ahead and place down an item frame to both sides here, place down light gray banners in those item frames, and rotate gray banners in those item frames and rotate them so that the banners are facing kind of towards the fire charge like that to kind of make that Stars and Stripes logo there on the side. Anyways, after that's done, we're going to go and then take our stone blocks. We're going to go and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 stone blocks back, followed by a stone stair, a stone slab, a daylight detector turned to night mode, and then an iron trap door, followed by a second iron trap door back like that. And that's going to do it there for that row. We're going to go to our stone block right here, and we're going to place down a row of 2 of stone top slabs coming off that stone block out to the side there. Now starting with our first row here, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 stone ups and down stairs, a black concrete block, and then 1, 2, oops, my bad, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 stone blocks back like that. And again, that's going back from the black concrete block for 14 stone blocks back. We're going to then place down another black concrete block here, and then after that, we're going to place down another brick stair just like that. Once that's done, going ahead and going back up here to the front. We're going to again go back from this. So from the stone top slab back, we're going to go and grab our brick stairs. We're going to place down 2 brick upside down stairs, and then a stone upside down stair like that, going back from that top slab. And our intake here should look something like this here. After that, we're going to take our black concrete. We're going to place down a black concrete block, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 black concrete blocks back, or 14 stone blocks back, and then 2 black concrete blocks back, followed by a polished andesite full block and a polished andesite slab. On both sides of the polished andesite slab, we're going to place down a skeleton skull like so. Now, after that's done, coming off the skeleton skull, we're going to place down a narrow brick stair going forward, black concrete block, and then a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just want to make sure I'm on the right page here. 12, 13, and 14 stone blocks going forward. Now, once we get to this point, we're going to go and then grab our brick stairs. And we're going to place down a row of 2 of brick upside down stairs. And then after that, we want to go and very simply just place down an iron trapdoor coming off this brick stair like that toward the front there. Once that's done, we're going to go to this brick stair to the side, and we're going to place down an iron trapdoor coming off of that. We then want to go ahead and place down a second iron trapdoor back, and then a row of 1, 2, 3 stone top slabs, and then another iron trapdoor. We're going to go and then go to these 2 stone top slabs, or sorry, these 3 stone top slabs, and place down 3 iron trapdoors coming off those as well. Now for our kind of missile on the side here, we're going to go and place down a stone stair, which is going to be coming off of this iron trapdoor like that, and then a stone corner stair coming off that toward the front. And then going back from the stair, we're going to go 1 and 2 more stone blocks back like that to create the connection there to the fuselage for the pylon here. And then from that point here, we're going to basically work on our horizontal stabilizers. So for this to get started with, we're going to go and go to this narrow brick stair and place down a andesite wall coming off of it. We're going to then take our stone blocks, go 1, 2, 3, 4 stone blocks forward, and then another andesite wall like so. Now once we get to this point, we're going to go and take our stone slabs. We're going to place down a stone slab that goes back from this andesite wall. And then going up to the front here, we're going to go to this first stone block and place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stone slabs back. We want to go and then place down a row of 4, so come off the middle 4 blocks of stone slabs, and then a row of 2 coming off the center 2 stone blocks like so. Once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and place down a iron trapdoor right here, and then 1, 2 iron trapdoors in that section, or sorry, 1, 2, 3 iron trapdoors in that section like so. We're going to go and then do a row of 4 of iron trapdoors like that, followed by a row of 3 of iron trapdoors, and then we want to go and do 1 iron trapdoor coming off the center one like that on that row of 3. And once we have that all done there, again, this is what we should have here for this layer. So looking at it from up above here, as you can see, we're really starting to get some shape going on here for the build. And one thing also to mention is, again, don't forget this difference here in the front. So anyways, that right there is going to do it for layer number 4 for the build. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to layer number 5. Alright guys, go ahead and move it into our next layer. We have layer number 5. For layer 5 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a black carpet on top of this nether brick top slab, followed by a nether brick slab, nether brick stair, then 2 black concrete blocks back, a stone block, and then a stone block, and then right here again in this section here we can go ahead and either have a space of 9 or a row of 9 of black concrete blocks. Either way, your kind of choice here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 of our black concrete blocks there, closing off that cockpit area, but again, you can make that usable interior space if you do choose to. Anyways, continuing on, we're going to then place down 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 stone blocks back, a stone stair, stone slab, daylight detector turned to night mode, and 2 iron trapdoors back after that. Going back up to the front here, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull come off the side of this stair, and then 1 and 2 nether brick walls back. We're going to then place down 2 core blocks, 2 stone blocks, a polished andesite block, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 stone blocks back, followed by a stone stair like that, 1 and 2 stone slabs back, daylight detector turned to night mode, and 2 iron trapdoors back like so. Now once we have that done there, we're going to then go up here to the front here again, and we do have some item frames and kind of like some markings and stuff like that to do along the side here of the aircraft. So for this, very simply, we're going to go to these first 2 stone blocks. We're going to place down 2 dark oak wood signs, and we're going to place down item frames. Now the first item frame here, we're going to place down a yellow bed, which is going to be rotated around so that the pillow is up here in the top right hand corner, and it kind of comes down like that as a line. Over here on the left side, it's going to be in the top left corner and kind of comes down a slant. So you want to add a slant there, kind of the same thing on both sides, so kind of add a diagonal like that. We're going to then go to the item frame here. We're going to place down a red concrete block in it, and we're going to go and rotate it around so it's kind of like a diamond in that slot. We then want to go and go to our third stone block back from the polished andesite block, so 1 2 3. We're going to place down a dark oak wood sign on the side here, an item frame, and then in the item frame a red concrete block rotated around, so it's just like that. And from that point there, we're going to go ahead and then grab our daylight detectors. We're going to place down 1 and 2 daylight detectors, again turn those to the night mode, followed by 2 nether brick slabs, and then 2 stone slabs, and then 1 2 3 4 and 5 stone blocks back, followed by a stone stair like so. We want to go and then place down a row of 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 stone slabs back, so 5 6 going back, a daylight detector turned to night mode on both sides here, and then a iron trapdoor like that to both sides there. Once we have that all finished, we're going to go ahead and then grab ourselves, go back up to the front here. We're going to go off this daylight detector, place down a daylight detector like this, and turn it to night mode. We're going to then place down a stone slab back from it, followed by a second slab, a stone block, a second stone block, and we're going to then place down a loom in this spot like so. We're going to then take our stone blocks, go back 1 2 3 4 5 6 stone blocks back, followed by a stone brick stair, daylight detector turned to night mode, and then we're going to go and grab ourselves a stone brick slab here like so. We then want to place down a row of 1 2 3 4 5 6 stone blocks going back, a stone upside down stair, and a stone top slab coming off that upside down stair. Now our next row here, again going back up to the front, we want to go ahead and start off by going to this stone block. We're going to place down a stone slab coming off the side here. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves skeleton skulls, and we're going to go ahead and also grab ourselves some kind of block we can easily delete. We're going to place down a block right here on the bottom and place down a skeleton skull here at a slight angle. So you don't want it exactly at a 45-degree angle, you want it at a very slight angle like so, and we can delete the block underneath it. Once we have that done, we're going to place down a stone stair. That goes back, followed by 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 stone blocks back. We're going to then place down a stone brick slab, 1 2 3 and 4 daylight detectors that are all going to be turned to night mode. And we want to go and then place down another stone brick slab here. After that, we're going to place down a stone slab, daylight detector, turn to night mode, and taking our iron trapdoors, we're going to place down an iron trapdoor just like that. Going back up to the front here again, we're going to go to this section here. We're going to place down a stone slab on top of this iron trapdoor, and like we did before, we're going to place down a block underneath this spot here, and a skeleton skull here at a very slight angle like so there to kind of help with our shaping. From this point, we're going to go ahead and then go back from that stone stair, or the stone slab with a stone stair, and then 1, 2, 3 stone blocks, and then after that, we're going to just place down a stone brick slab right there in that section like that. Our next row out to the side here, we're going to place down a stone brick slab on top of that iron trapdoor, stone brick stair, and then there's stone brick slab. Like we did before, coming off this iron trapdoor, we're going to place down a block here, and then a skeleton skull in this space, slanted at that same angle like that to kind of create a nice, flow there for the angling. And with that all done, we're also going to go ahead and go to the back here, and we're going to go and grab ourselves a item frame, a black concrete block, and a dark oak wood button. We're going to go to the section across from this daylight detector here in the back. We're going to place down an item frame, black concrete block, and a dark oak wood button like that to go ahead and go on both sides like so. And once we have that all complete, that is going to do it there for layer 5. Again, here's a aerial overview of what this layer looks like. And again, a lot more shape here for the aircraft starting to take place. Anyways, that right there is going to do it there for layer number 6, or layer number 5, sorry. And with that, let's go and move into layer 6. Alright guys, go ahead and move it into our next layer. We have layer number 6. For layer 6, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a daylight detector on top of the second black concrete block here, and we're going to turn it to the night mode like so. We're going to go ahead and place down a nether brick slab back from it, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 light gray stained glass full blocks like that going all the way across there. On the end of that row 9, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3 stone blocks, a stone stair, stone slab, daylight detector turned to night mode, and then an iron trapdoor after that daylight detector. Going to the sides here, we're going to place down 1 and 2 light gray stained glass panes, a nether brick stair, and then 1 and 2 daylight detectors, again turned to night mode, a nether brick stair, daylight detector again turned to night mode, and then 1, 2 light gray stained glass panes, nether brick stair, stone stair, and then a stone slab like that after it. We're going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull like this, another skeleton skull at a slight angle here, and then an iron trapdoor directly after it. And once we have that done, we kind of have the center done here for the fuselage, like so. Moving out to the sides here, we're going to go to where this loom is. We're going to place down 2 iron trapdoors back from it. We're going to then place down 2 daylight detectors, turn them to night mode, and then an iron trapdoor on the side here. And then we're just going to place down a row of 3 of iron trapdoors like that along the side. After that, we're going to go back here to this row of stone blocks here. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor on top of this stone block, and then we want to go and place down a stone stair. We're going to go then take our stone blocks, go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone blocks back, just like that. And once we have that all complete there, that is going to basically wrap up what we have there for layer number 6. And as you can see, we're starting to get some of the shaping here going, and we're almost done with the build, or the kind of the fuselage section of the build. So yeah, that's cool stuff. Let's go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer number 7. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our next layer, we have layer number 7. For layer 7, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a nether brick slab on top of this stone block here, or this light gray stained glass block, so the second one right here. We're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 light gray stained glass blocks back, followed by a nether brick stair, like this, nether brick stair coming off this one, like so, and we want to go ahead and place down we're going to place down a nether brick slab right there in that spot, so nether brick stair, nether brick slab, a daylight detector turned to night mode, an iron trapdoor, and then a skeleton skull here on top of this stair just like that. After that's done, we're going to go to the sides here of the canopy. We're going to place down a nether brick, or a wither skeleton skull like that, 2 light gray stained glass blocks, a nether brick wall, and then a light gray stained glass pane. And these right here are 2 light gray stained glass panes, not full blocks, so my bad. We then want to place down a wither skeleton skull on top of this light gray stained glass pane here, and then we're going to place down a second one after it, kind of turned at an angle like that, facing toward the inside there. After that's all done, we're going to go back to our vertical stabilizers, and for this we're going to place down a brick stair on top of this stone block right here, and then we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4 red concrete blocks back just like that. And after that's all done there, that is it for layer 7. With that, we're going to move into our final layers, which will basically consist of layers 8, 9, 10, and 11, where we basically put the vertical stabilizers on and just a tiny bit on top of the cockpit. So with that, let's go ahead and move into our last final layers. Alright guys, moving into our final layers, we have layers 8 through 11. For these layers to go ahead and get started with, we're going to go to the vertical stabilizers here. We're going to place down a brick stair that goes up, then 1, 2, 3 red concrete blocks back. We're going to go ahead and then go to the outer sides of the stabilizer. So over here, we're going to place down an item frame, a snow block in the item frame, like so, which we're going to rotate around to be kind of at the side here. And we want to go ahead and then grab ourselves a dark oak wood sign and place it on the side of this red concrete block as well. We're going to go and take this red concrete block. This is actually going to be a black concrete block. And then we're going to place down a stone here on this red concrete block there toward the rear. Also, coming off the back here, we're going to place down a brick wall like that on the ends. Going up to our next row up, we're going to place down a brick stair like that on the front. A red concrete block. On the side of the red concrete block, again toward the outside here, we're going to place down an item frame with a white stained glass pane in it, like so. And after that, we're going to then place down another red concrete block, followed by another brick wall like that. Going ahead and going up to our next layer up, we're going to place down a stone stair, a stone full block, and then a coal ore block like that on top. And then our final layer up on top here, we're going to place down a stone stair, and then a stone block directly behind the stair. And that's going to basically create your vertical stabilizer. You're going to take this same design and do it over on the other side. One thing I also want to mention here is that on the insides, to kind of cover up that black concrete block, as the kind of squadron logo is not on the insides here of the stabilizers, we can go ahead and just place down red banners. So row 3 across here and one up on top there to help kind of cover it up a little bit better. But yeah, that's going to be done the same thing over on the other side, and you'll have your other vertical stabilizer. Now, the last thing we have really for this fuselage section of the tutorial is to go ahead and go to the front up here. Now, for this, very simply, we're going to go and place down a daylight detector, a dark liquid trapdoor on the second light gray stainless block, followed by a daylight detector, again turned to night mode, and then a dark liquid trapdoor directly after, like that, to make the top of the canopy. And that right there is going to do it for that. And with that, we have our fuselage complete, once we have that vertical stabilizer transferred over. But you basically have your fuselage complete for the build, and from here on out, we're going to be going ahead and moving into the different sections, which are all optional for how you want to do it. So we're going to be moving into basically doing the swept wing version, then doing the wings extended, and then also the landing gear. So we have a couple different parts. Again, there's always the timestamps in the video description, so you can go and click those to go to what specific part of the tutorial you do want to do. So those will be available for you in the comments, or you can look at the time code bar, and you can see the different sections split up and just kind of, scrub through whatever part you, or skip ahead to whatever part you want. Anyways, that right there is going to do it for our fuselage. Let's go ahead and move into our swept wing version. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into the swept wings. Now, swept wings here are going to basically be the same on both sides, obviously. And we're going to go ahead and basically build them up in layers. So we're going to start for our first layer here, layer number 1. Now for layer 1, to go ahead and get started here, what we want to do is we want to go and go to this section here off this iron trap door. We're going to go and go back 1, 2, 3, 4 iron trap doors back like that. We're going to go and then go out to the side here, to this space here. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 iron trap doors. Once we have that done, we're going to go off of this stair right here with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to go ahead and then place down a row of 5 again. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So kind of an indent there from the previous one. We want to go and then drop back to a row of 4. So we're going to start on the third block here. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, we're going to go and then do another row of 4. So we're going to start on the third block again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just like that. We're going to go and then place down a row of 3. So starting on the third block, 1, 2, 3. And the last one there on the side, or the last 2 rows here, we're going to place down 1, 2 iron trapdoors. And then we just want to go and go off of these 2 with another 2 iron trapdoors like that. And also this section here, we're going to place down an iron trapdoor like so. So basically looking at it, you should have something that looks like this here for the base of the swept wing. Again, take your time and go ahead and build it. Do the same thing over on the air side there, and that'll be a good kind of starting point here for us to basically go ahead and expand upon here for these swept wings. Anyways, with that, let's go ahead and move into our next layer of the wings, layer number 2. Alright guys, so you can go ahead and move into our last layer. We have layer 2 for those swept wings. So for layer 2 here, to go ahead and get started with, the first thing we want to do is you want to go ahead and go to this section here. Now we will have to modify this section. And that's going to be involved basically deleting some blocks in here. So since the wings kind of sweep back and part of the wing kind of goes into this area, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a stone brick slab in this place for the daylight detector. And we want to go and then replace these 2 daylight detectors here with 2 stone slabs and then a stone brick slab right here for this daylight detector. So you kind of get something that looks just like that there on the side. After that's done, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 stone slabs going back, and then a stone brick slab. Our next row here, we're going to go and do a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 stone slabs back. Our next row here, we're going to go and go off of this stone brick slab. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stone slabs back, and then we're going to then place down a daylight detector and turn that to the night mode. Once we have that done, we're going to go to our third stone block from the front here. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 stone blocks back, and then we're going to place down 2 daylight detectors and again turn them to night mode like so. Next row out to the side here, we're going to go back to our third stone slab here. We're going to place down a daylight detector, turn it to night mode, and we want to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 stone slabs back, followed by a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 daylight detectors, and we're going to turn those all to night mode like so. Our next row here, we're going to go and place down a daylight detector, come off this stone block, turn that to night mode, and we want to go and then place down a row of 4 more going back, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and again these are going to be turned to night mode. Now once we have that done, we're going to place down an iron trapdoor on top of this one right here on the end there. We want to go ahead and then place down a daylight detector, come off the third one, so right here, and then 1 more back. We're going to turn those to night mode. We're going to then take our iron trapdoors. We're going to place down 1 and 2 iron trapdoors back, and then a stone pressure plate there on the end. Our next row out to the side here, we're going to place down a iron trapdoor, come off this one, followed by 1 and 2 more back, so you have a row of 3 there, and then a stone pressure plate there on the end. And then lastly, we're just going to place down 2 iron trapdoors right here on top of those 2 on the very end, like so. And once we have that done, that's pretty much it for our swept wing version. As you can see, the wings go back on both sides there, and it overall is a pretty cool looking design, and all that stuff. So really cool stuff. One thing I do want to mention is that if you do have the swept wing version, the landing gear is not really designed to go on it. You could put it on, but I mean, it's definitely going to look better with the wings extended. Again, I think on carriers, the landing gear would still protrude, but just want to mention it kind of works a little bit better with the extended wing version. Anyways, that's our swept wing version for the F-14D done. Let's go ahead and move on to the extended wing version. Alright guys, moving into our extended wing version. We're going to be doing the extended wing version just like we did for the swept wing version. That means we're going to be doing this in 2 layers. So for our first layer here, we're going to be going ahead and going to this section up here in the front. Now we're going to be basically building the iron trapdoors for this layer here, basically starting at this point. So we're going to go off this iron trapdoor with 1 iron trapdoor, and then off this one here with 2. So you're going to fill in that space like so. We're going to then go off these 3 stone stairs with 3 iron trapdoors. Now coming off our first iron trapdoor here, we're going to place down 1 iron trapdoor to the side. Our second row here is going to be a little bit longer of a row. So this row here is going to be a total of 7 more out to the side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our next row here is going to be a total of 10 more. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out to the side. Our next row here is going to go ahead and start at this point. So it's going to go ahead and go to our third iron trapdoor, place down 1 out to the side here. And we're going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in total, this is going to be a row of 10. Sticks out 1 past this one on the very tip there. When that's done, our next row here is just going to go ahead and go to the last 5 iron trapdoors on this end here. We're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iron trapdoors like that. And that's all you need to do there for the extended wing version for layer number 1. And with that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 2. And moving on to layer 2, our final layer here for the extended wing version. We're going to go ahead and go back to our wing section here and basically start building out to the side. So first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and go to this stone stair. We're going to place down a total of 1 and 2 stone slabs coming off to the side, followed by a daylight detector turned to the night mode. Our next slab going back, we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4 stone slabs going out to the side here, and then we're going to follow that up by placing down a row of 2 of daylight detectors turned to night mode. Once we have that done, we're going to take our stone slabs here. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 stone slabs out to the side here, and then 1, 2, 3 daylight detectors here, again turned to night mode, followed by an iron trapdoor there on the very tip. Our next row, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stone slabs. Again, a row of 3 of daylight detectors. Turn to night mode. And we're going to go and then take our iron trapdoors and go 1, 2, 3, 4 out to the side there like so. Actually, my bad, this is going to be a row of 4 of daylight detectors and then a row of 3 of iron trapdoors after that. Once we have that done, we're going to then go to this section here. Now this section here, we're going to place down a block here on this bottom space, and we're going to go and place down a skeleton skull on top of it at about a 45-degree angle. And then come off the skeleton skull, we're going to place down a stone brick slab. We then want to place down a row of 1, 2, 3 of stone slabs going out to the side here. And we're going to go and follow this up and place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 daylight detectors. And we're going to go and turn these all to night mode. Then after we have that done, we're going to take our iron trapdoors, place down 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way out to the side there like so. Our next row here, we're going to place down a stone brick slab, going back from that stone slab there. A stone slab after that, and then we're going to place down a row of 4 daylight detectors going out to the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, these are all going to be turned to night mode. We're going to then take our iron trapdoors. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3 iron trapdoors, followed by 2 stone pressure plates, and then 2 light gray carpets like that to go and bring it out to the side there. And that right there is going to basically do it for your wings, extended out in the vertical type position. And with that, that's pretty much what we have there for both versions of the wings. You're going to take that, transfer it over to the air side, and you'll be good to go. So we have both the swept wing and wing extended version complete for the build. We're going to go ahead and now move into the landing gear, which can be applied to both versions. I do recommend the extended one a little bit better, especially if you're having to kind of get ready for takeoff or something of that sort. But maybe for storage or something with the wing swept back, that's also an option there to have it landed in that kind of stored position. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the landing gear. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into making the landing gear. Now the landing gear here again can apply to both models. We will be doing it on the wings extended version, but the same thing will really apply to the swept back wings or wing design as well. Anyways, for us to go ahead and get started. Now the first thing we want to do is you want to go ahead and go down to this section down here of the build. We're going to go ahead and go to the row 3 of stone top slabs in this section right here. Or actually, rather, it's row 4. We're going to delete these 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks just like that. Now, this block right here, this is going to be replaced with a quartz slab, just like that. And we're going to then break these 3 black concrete blocks out, like so. Now, we're going to also place down a quartz block on top of this block, like so. And then we can also place down a quartz block in front of this one, as well, like that. We're going to go ahead and then place down this quartz block here is actually going to go back one. So it's going to go back to this black concrete block. We're going to delete that. And we're also going to delete this stone top slab. So it should look something like this so far. Now from this point here, we're going to go and place down a direct wall that comes down. So after this direct wall right here, we're going to then place down another direct wall that drops down. We're going to go and basically skip a space, place down another direct wall, and then on top of this direct wall here, we're going to place down an anvil. Coming off the anvil forward, we're going to place down a snowball in an item frame. And on the bottom here, we're going to place down a smooth quartz top slab, like so, with a block of coal here to both sides like that. We're going to go and then place down a quartz slab, which is going to be coming off this anvil, like so. And we're going to place down a quartz full block in that section, like so. So this quartz block right there is actually going to be deleted. And in these spots here, we're going to go and place down 1, 2, 3 quartz top slabs. So it should look something like this here for that. We also want to go and go to this direct wall. We're going to place down a quartz slab that comes off, or quartz top slab that comes off of it, and then a quartz slab that kind of comes up from it, like so. And then on the back here, we're just going to place down a skeleton skull come off that wall. Now, once we get to this point, we're going to go ahead and do a banner design here to go and create a nice look here for the wheels. So for this design, we're going to use a black banner, a loom, or sorry, actually rather a white banner. And then we're going to be going ahead and getting ourselves 2 pieces of black dye. So 2 pieces like that. We're going to go into our loom, place our white banner in the loom, place our black dye. We're going to do the border of black that goes all the way around, and then we're going to do the line across the middle here, like that, to go and make this banner. We're going to take this banner and place it on both sides here, these blocks of coal, and we have basically our front wheels designed. The last thing we have to do here is the landing gear doors, and very simply, we're just going to replace these 3 iron trapdoors right here with stone upside down stairs. So 1, 2, 3, and over here 1, 2, 3 upside down stairs like that. And that's all you need to do there for the front landing gear. We're going to go ahead and now move into the rear landing gear. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our rear landing gear. For our rear landing gear here, we're going to be going ahead and going down to this bottom section down here. We're going to go ahead and start off by deleting these two stone top slabs and then this iron trapdoor here. On these two blocks right here, we're going to place down 2 iron trapdoors, and then we're going to place down a diorite wall located in this section like so. We're going to go ahead and go down from this diorite wall, an additional wall. We're going to go ahead and skip a space, place down a diorite wall, and then in this space right here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves an anvil, and we're going to place down an anvil here in this space like that. Once we have that done, we're going to go off of this diorite wall on the back here. We're going to place down a skeleton skull, followed by an end rod up, and then another skeleton skull come off this diorite wall like that on the top there. On the bottom of this diorite wall, we're going to place down a quartz top slab. Come off that top slab, we're going to place down a nether brick stair, or the upside down, followed by a nether brick stair on top of that upside down stair, and then 2 stairs on the back of those 2 stairs to go and create your round wheel just like that. We also want to go ahead and go forward to these 2 iron trapdoors, and we're going to go and delete these 2 iron trapdoors, and for the door that kind of opens up here for the landing gear, we're going to place down 2 diorite walls just like that. And the last thing we have here is a optional addition, which is to go ahead and use banners to make kind of a cool wheel design. Now for this, very simply, all we're going to be doing here is grab ourselves some black banners, and we're going to be using this to basically create a cool wheel design. And for this, we're going to be going ahead and then grab ourselves our white dye, 2 pieces of white dye, and 4 pieces of black dye, and we're also going to need a second black banner. Now for this design, it's super simple. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a loom also. We're going to place down our loom and go into our loom. We're going to take our black banners and we're going to take our white dye. We're going to go and select the line here on the left side of white and for our first banner, and then we're going to go and do the line over here on the right side for our second banner. We're going to put our banner with the line on the left side into our loom, and we're going to select the square here in the bottom right, and then the bottom left, and then the top left, like that, to go and create our first wheel. And then this banner over here with the line to the right, or to the right, we're going to place down a black dye piece in the corner there, bottom right, and then one in the top right, like that. And these 2 banners here are going to be placed on the wheels like that, with the white facing toward each other like so. Kind of creates a nicer little wheel design, at least I think, in my opinion. And you'll do the same thing over there for the landing gear that's over here on the other side. So anyways, that right there is going to basically finish off this layer and what we have to do here. Or this layer I say, with the landing gear. And you can take this design and apply it to both the in-flight and, or basically I say the in-flight, but the swept wing version and the extended wing version. It will work on both those. Anyways, that right there is going to do it for my tutorial for the F-14D Super Tomcat. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This will be the link from a silent build link to my channel or this video. If this does appear on any social media sites, as long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. And with that, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Great 204, and I'll see you guys next time.